Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai, Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Singhadev Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So every Saturday we welcome everybody for the Caitanya-caritāmṛta class, and we zoom ourselves back 500 years ago, and we situate ourselves in Navadvip on a rainy day, a very cold rainy day. But we relish the association of the devotees who was there already in this time, and the association of devotees is something very wonderful and powerful, because the association of devotees, they keep us basically engaged in devotional service, and they remembering, or they let us remember of our goal, what we have in our Sangha, in our communities. And this actually was the topic yesterday where we started already. Life in Krishna conscious communities. And so we're gonna start with our actual class on the Caitanya-caritāmṛta. We churn some nectar there, and then we see if we have some time and question or more topics to discuss about our topic of living in Vaishnava communities. Okay, so as I was told, and it's on the board, 21:45, 54, sorry, 54. Eitina Damera Hai Krishna Adivashar. Aitina Dhamera Haya Krishna Adi Ishvara. Goloka Pravyoma Prakrita Para. Golokara Paya Vyoma Prakritira Para. Aitina Dhamira Haya Krishna Adivasha. Golokara Paya Vyoma Prakritara Para. Aitina Dhamira Haya Krishna Adishvara. Goloka Pravyoma Prakritira Para. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Wanna try? Aitina Dhamira Haya Krishna Adishvara. Kulokara Pravya Yoma Prakritira Para. Kulokara Pravyomaya Prakritira Para. Aitina Dhamira Haya Krishna Adishvara. Kulokara Pravyomaya Prakritira Para. Aitina Dhamira Haya Krishna Adishvara. Goloka Pravyo Yamara Prakritira Para. Aitina Dhamira Haya Krishna Adishvara. Golokara Paya Yamara Prakritira Para. Aitina Dhamir Haya Krishna Adishvara. Goloka Pravyaya Yoma Prakritira Para. Aitina Dhamira. Of these three dharms or residential places, namely Goloka Vrindavan Dham, Vaikunta Dham, also known as Hari Dham, and Devi Dham, the material world. Haya is Krishna, Lord Krishna, Adishvara, the Supreme Master. Goloka Paravyoma, the spiritual planet Goloka and the spiritual sky. Prakritira Para, beyond this material energy. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Krishna is the supreme proprietor of all dhams, including Goloka Dham, Vaikunta Dham, and Devi Dham. The Paravyoma and Goloka Dham are beyond Devi Dham, this material world. Purport. When a living entity is liberated from Devidam, but does not know of the opulence of Haridam, he is placed in Maheshwadam, which is between the other two dharmas. The liberated soul does not get an opportunity to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead there. Therefore, although this Maheshdam is Lord Shiva's Dham and above Devidam, it is not the spiritual world. The spiritual world begins with Haridam or Vaikuntha-loka. Om Agnanati Madasya Knanan Chanashalakya Chakshu Medam Yena Tasmai Shigrave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupagadamayam Dadati Svabarandikam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Krishna is the supreme provider of all the dharmas. Yeah, because Krishna owns everything, including Golokadham, Vaikuntha-dham and Devidam. The Pravyoma and Golokadham are beyond Devidam, this material world. So we understand here that Devidam is the abode of the supreme energy, the female energy, what we know mostly as. Yes, and when it's transferred to material world, Durga. Yeah, Durga. And she is there to protect this Dham, because all of us, we have the great desire, the great hope to somehow or other enjoy in this playground what is put aside for us, this material world. It's like a playground where we can experience and can kind of, try to be proprietor of our little material influential zone, right? And when we are put in this Devi Dham by different arrangements, we could say it's our desire, we could say it's our propensity, because we all have this propensity to enjoy, because we come from Krishna, the supreme enjoyer. So we have this desire to enjoy. We have this in us. It's natural, but we don't belong to that Purusha aspect, because we are placed under the Prakriti aspect. So we placed under Durga, under Radharani, what we just celebrated. So we have this aspect of service, of serving. We only become happy if we serve, right? And this is the difference between Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti doesn't become happy by enjoying, except service. But Purusha becomes happy by accepting service. And in this way, this is his service. It's part of his service. Like the biggest servant is God himself, because he provides everything. He makes the biggest contribution. Without him, we cannot even serve. When Lord Brahma appears out of the navel and meditates, then he hears these two voices, or these two noises. What these two noises are? Ta, pa, right? And he understands, okay, I have to meditate. He starts to meditate, and then he basically has darshan of the Lord. And then the Lord gives him what? Vision, knowledge, and he gives him. Yes, he gives him also Gayatri Mantra, but what instructions. He gives him instructions, and with the instructions, he gives him what? well, yeah, the instruction is the service, but what you need to do service? Empowerment, yes, but think practically. What? His task? Paraphernalia. He gets the paraphernalia with it to serve, right? And without that, it's useless. We may, the Prabhu maybe comes to you and say, you should cook something today, but you should also provide the stove and the pots for cooking, right? Because otherwise, how you can serve, how you can do that. So this is something what we experience, that we become happy, that we gain happiness by doing service. And that's a natural thing, but our mind, what is occupied with this, with this tendency to enjoy without service, to accept service, and become happy through this, is always so strong that we try to be on this level of Purusha. We try to enjoy service of others. And this is what makes it difficult, because in this moment we try not to belong to Devi Dham. We try to belong to the proprietor of the Dhams. We want to be Krishna. But Devi, since we're working under her energy, she doesn't like that. So therefore, she appears in front of us with how many arms? Gopi Gita. With many arms. And what she has in her arms? Many weapons. Ha Krishna, Charu and Murari. So, and this means these weapons are there to make the life for us difficult. And this is what we face all the time. Usually we close the curtain, and then we blow the conch shell, and then we open the curtain. You close the door. Okay, good. Jai Shishi Pralat Lakshmi Shingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Yeah, so we are in this situation where we are trying to be happy but never really get happy. We always find ourselves in this situation where there's this picture, somebody sitting on a donkey. Everybody knows a donkey, right? And he has a big stick, and on the stick he has a thread, a rope, and on this rope is a carrot. And this carrot is always in front of the donkey, and the donkey always walks because he thinks one day he will get the carrot, right? So we are kind of in this situation. We track through this material world because of this carrot where we think we become happy. One day we will become happy. If I receive this and that, then I will become happy. Now that's all, that's not something new what I tell you. It's just a different picture with the carrot, right? It's not something new, but it's always that we always fall in this trap again. And even in the community of Vaishnavas, we think if I reach that position, if I reach this situation, if I reach that ashram, then I become happy. If I do this service, then I will be happy. Why? Because I see others who do this service, they are very happy. I see others who are in this situation, they are very happy. Right? The brahmachari always thinks, well, the grihasthas, they must be so happy because they have all this stuff, right? The grihasthas think, oh, when I was brahmachari, I was so happy, right? And then everybody thinks, but the most happiest of all are the sannyasis, because they have nothing. They renounced everything. Now everybody sees the big, huge plate they get. Somebody's cooking for them all the time. They get real healthy food. You know, we're sitting there having unhealthy cheese sabji, right? And getting unhealthy halava. Yeah, exactly, right? But the sannyasis, they're getting all this specially made preparations without salt because they cannot eat any more salt or something, you know, like that. They get the super healthy stuff, the macrobiotic stuff. Then I can enjoy. So whatever it is, we always think the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah? And we may have the best situation around us, but we're so focused and so ungrateful, actually. And that's a big topic, gratefulness. Gratefulness is austerity in the mind. Peacefulness is austerity of the mind. Happiness, steadiness is austerity of the mind, because the mind always wants to track us to different situations, not even material. First of all, in our mind, where we think, there I will enjoy. And even if we park our mind there, we start already to enjoy, because we imagine ourselves in that situation to be the enjoyer. Now, the mind is a very powerful tool, because the mind is the source of binding us. You know, if the mind is not satisfied and always looks for situations to enjoy, it tracks us like the carrot. But actually what the yogis, what they learn is to use the mind, and as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, to make the mind your best friend. Now, how you make the mind your best friend? As a yogi, as a bhakti yogi. It sounds very good, but how do you do it? Yeah, it's a very powerful tool, what everybody learns who comes close to puja, called Manasa Puja, where you perform the service in your mind. And there's not much to enjoy. Right? It's quite austerity if you early in the morning, you try to focus, go inwardly and try to be only in your mind. Then you can watch your mind running away. Because this is the first thing, what the mind want to run away from that situation, as then the body is following, right? But first of all, you have to capture your mind and bring it back. Bring it always back. If you chant japa, you always bring it back to the holy name. The mind want to run off, but you have to engage the mind in some service. So sometimes it's difficult for us to sit down, chant japa, and meditate upon the holy name. But this process of Manasa Puja, for example, there is where you engage your mind and your imagination serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the process of puja. And in this way, we train our mind to be our friend, that we tell him, no, I let you run later. For most of us, we need some time to let the mind run. Called Facebook, YouTube, and whatever, right? You know, of course, we yogis, right? We let the mind run into YouTube channels what are with a spiritual content most of the time, right? Because it's full. It's a good tool. We can always find something spiritual even nowadays on YouTube or something like that, right? But we give the mind space to explore by themselves. Okay, I agree with you, we go on YouTube, but we watch something spiritual. Okay, deal done. Okay? Don't look at the other movies who come up, the other things, right? So we try to make the mind our best friend, and in this way that the mind start to serve us. Meaning in the morning when the alarm clock is ringing, what the senses are saying. What? 5 minutes, the snooze button, right? Bang, right? Okay, I give 5 more minutes, as if this would make any difference, right? But it does. It does. It makes a difference. 5 more minutes, more sleep. I feel so much more refreshed after 5 minutes, right? So we see ourselves in this situation, and the senses, they are yelling, "Come on, stay in the warm, cozy bed." Especially outside, it's raining, like nowadays, getting cold. Sleeping bag, very cozy. Best friend, sleeping bag. But then suddenly, because we trained our mind, the mind comes in and says, "No, Mangalati." Mangalati. And the senses again, no. But the mind says, "But remember, yesterday when we went for Mangalati and then chanted our rounds, we were very happy." Right? And that's also the mind. It says, do it. You become happy when you follow the process, because it gives you satisfaction. And this satisfaction comes from a deeper level. It doesn't come from anything, like, okay, I sit down after a long time, right? Because when you sit down after a long time, you did some work in the garden or had a long walk, you sit down, you feel relieved. But after some time, your body aches again, and itches again, so you want to stand up again and want to walk around, because the satisfaction is over. It's like if you eat food, you get satisfied for a while, and then again you're looking for new food. If you eat prasadam, you get a deeper satisfaction. Everybody who was in Jagannath Puri and had Jagannath Puri prasadam, Jagannath prasadam, you had? So it's something different. You feel different. You feel a deeper satisfaction. You feel something touched you deep inside your stomach. Krishna touched you there, and you feel so satisfied. And this is where we train our mind, and in this process, what we're using, I always compare temples or bhakti yoga centers as gyms for our devotional muscle. And to be in this gyms, and now this is, we have the verse now of the day. We have these different dharmas, and I just. In fact, Amara Prabhu, some days ago, he sent me a video, very scientific, how temples are constructed in a way they're acting as embassies of the spiritual world. And these embassies, you go in the embassy, like, for example, Keshava Swami. Anybody knows Keshava Swami? Of course, everybody knows Keshava Swami. It gives always this example that when you go in the embassy of India, even in London, weather is outside like this, it's cold, it's freezing. You come in the embassy of India in London, and the fan on the ceiling is turning. Because it's India, right? Yeah. So, so you enter a temple. It's like entering a spiritual embassy. And because of the structure of the temple, everything what you have, your material body, your mind, or your subtle body, and your spirit, yourself, is transformed and get purified and get uplifted, get cleansed away of all things what doesn't belong to the spiritual, to the spirit. All material conception get purified, and you go out of the temple and you feel uplifted. Now you may say, well, yeah, it's first of all, we have to understand that's spiritual science. That's something what comes, it's described in the Veda, how you build a temple, how you install a deity, how everything is in relation with it. right? It's science, but it's spiritual science, right? And it has an effect, it works. So now you may say, well, yeah, but we live in a Bavarian farmhouse here in Simhachalam. Does it have the same effect? What do you think? Huh? You speak out of experience. Yes, okay. But why does it function even if it's not a Vedic constructed temple? Why still is there the same power and the same effect?
When the place was built up by the devotees, the place was sanctified.
Yeah, what was the sanctification? No, you know. Muni? Service, yes, but what is the supreme service? Yes. Because of the holy name, this place is transformed. Now we may say, yeah, you know, you Hare Krishnas, you always come with your holy name and with your mantra, and you know, that's all what you know. And yes, that's all what we know. That's all what matters for us. Because this holy name has so much power, because the holy name, when you look at it, I mean, one can write or make theses about the holy name. It's so deep, actually. How these three names come together and change each other, or is actually in a mood of service. They're serving each other. And the content of the holy name is actually only, it's asking for, it is service itself. To vibrate the holy name, it's already service. Because you're praying the spiritual sound of Krishna and the service to Krishna into existence in the material world by vibrating it, by speaking it. And that's a service. When we sit down, even here in the Bavarian forest, if you sit in the community or if you sit alone and chant the holy name and bring the sound vibration, you shoot it out in the akash, you shoot it out in the ether. Somehow it becomes materialized by only vibrating it. You're building a temple just in this moment while you vibrate the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And that's beyond science, because it's completely spiritual. So just imagine, we come together here, as we had in this Radhastami festival, Brahmotsava festival, we come together, you know, you have a powerful, experienced servants of the holy name, like Harinam Ruchi. You know, we all experience this. These guys walk in, you know, sloppy as they are, but they start to sing and to chant, and we feel like, wow, you know, something changes, right? And the whole place becomes a vibrant, a capsule of transformation, of service to Krishna. So everybody who enters this temple, as Mataji said, feels like, wow, something's going on here. And now we take this capsule and put it in little vans and bring it out on the streets of Passau, for example. You open the van and these Harinam people, they come out. Immediately they're building a temple in Passau, just like that. And the holy name is vibrated there. And everybody who comes in contact with that temple, with that airy temple, is transformed, is purified. You know, some people even to that extent that they don't like it anymore. You know, like, they don't like to be purified, but still it works. It was already too late. They heard already too much before they put the finger in the air. So therefore, all these dharms, as we have here in the purport, they become manifestations through the temples, through the embassies. But as we always know, and you know, I'm the best example of it. I'm not able to chant all these mantras. We have here some expert chanters and they know all the rituals and everything. Not there. And but most of us, we don't know. We don't know all these things. And even if we would know, then it's so difficult to keep this temple clean, this mantra clean, because it always comes with a certain amount of contamination in the form of ego, again some selfish experience come in, that I want to use this mantra, this tantra, this and that for some purpose, to, whatever it is. But how much ego you can come if you chant for a long time, over many years, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. What you gain out of, maybe in the beginning, when you climb up the ladder, Bhakta, first initiation, Brahmachari, second initiation, you climb up the ladder, and then you feel, this chanting of Hare Krishna becomes quite nice. Now I get some respect. But after a longer time of period, suddenly this drops. You have this, many book distributors, they have this experience. You climb up the ladder of book distribution. You become a Maharati. And then suddenly Krishna takes the results away. He's not there, and it seems like he's not there anymore. Like Arjuna, when he came back from Dwarka with all the queens, and he felt something is wrong because he could not protect his queens anymore. He had not the same power in his Gandiva bow because Krishna left the planet. So sometimes we have this experience after so many times we sang Mangalarti for so many times. And one day we're standing there in Mangalarti and singing Samsara. How it was, black out. Right? Happened to you? So it's not there anymore. And you turn around and think, who can help me? And suddenly everybody is kind of, where we were? Forgot where we were, like everybody is then, and then you just drop it all, just start from the beginning, like, okay. And this is how, this is what it is. So if you use the Maha Mantra over a longer period, it purifies you. And it purifies you if you do it in the right way, if you try really to kind of absorb these principles, what we recite every day against the offenses of the holy name, to avoid them, then you will get to this point that you can't enjoy the holy name, and you cannot enjoy the results of it. You can't enjoy the association of devotees. And now we come to we continue with our topic from yesterday. Because most of us, when we come in community, we look first of all for what are our benefits of it. And that's natural. Because of course we want to see if we park our life somewhere in a situation. We want to see that is the best circumstances for this. Right? If you wanna park your car, you naturally look where is the safest place. So same if you want to park your life, if you want to park your family, whatever comes with your life, your ashram, you're brahmachari, you also see where is the best situation where I can live as a brahmachari. When you're grihastha, you think, where's the best situation as I live as a grihastha? So you naturally think, okay, where can I be peaceful? Where can I sort of enjoy? And that's naturally. But after a while, the community served us. We have to come to this point, okay, what can I contribute to this community, right? There like yesterday we left off like this, make yourself relevant. Make yourself usable for the community. Get to the situation that the community asks for your service, that they're begging, please come again. Please please serve us. Serve us in our community. Therefore, we're begging, we're writing to all the swamis, like, please come, and we want to have your service. Of course, we never would say this, we want to have your service, but this is actually what we're asking for. Please give us inspiration and use us in our spiritual endeavors, right? So we should think, okay, when I come to this community, like we had Prabhuji here from Czech, right? He comes here and the first thing what he does, he grabs a mridanga and tries to serve by chanting, making kirtan, like. So and then, and then devotees, they will think when they see him, oh, he's a good kirtan singer, let's let him sing, right? Because he contributes to the community by giving service. Or we have Ananda Krishna. Everybody's happy when Ananda Krishna giving class. Or Paramahamsa Gaur is cooking. Everybody's happy when he's cooking. Everybody begs, please, Paramahamsa, don't go away. Don't think of Mayapur or anything. Just stay here peacefully. What do you need? What do you need that you stay here? Right? On the opposite, we had this yesterday as well, like we on the example of Ramachandra Puri. When the devotees start to meditate, oh, this one, he's somehow strange. Somehow he doesn't fit in here. Maybe he should go away. Very difficult. If you act in a community in a way what disturbs the community, then the community start to meditate on how we can give him a reason to go outside. The first is send him to Sankirtan. No, it's not. But it was in the early days. It was, Manita many times tells the story where the temple president told him, take him on Sankirtan and make sure he doesn't come back. Right? Yeah. It's of course not what Sankirtan is meant for. We're always happy when the devotees come back from Sankirtan. But, I also had situations in a temple community where I said, okay, the tree, they're all a little bit difficult. Let's put them in a van and put them on Sankirtan. Of course, it's not what it's meant for. It's not recommended because it was not about distributing books, and they didn't do so much books. They were mostly fighting then with each other. But the community had peace. But that's not what Sankirtan is meant for, of course. But yeah. So that's a very important thing. Therefore, we have to know, as we started yesterday, we have to know, okay, what is our value? And doesn't mean like, oh, how much I'm worth of it. No, we should know what is my God-given gift with what I can serve, what I can contribute, what comes naturally, what naturally flows out of me. What is it what naturally comes out of me without a big effort? How I can contribute, and how can I make this gift maybe even more useful, a useful tool. When you have Mansuka today, will cut wood for the yajna, isn't it? So he has a strong body, and Purusha Simha will give him a strong axe, but before he starts, he has to check the axe. Maybe it has to be grinded again, then it's more useful, right? So you make an endeavor. So maybe you have a capacity for cooking, but doesn't mean you don't have to don't take any cooking lessons anymore, because you always can improve your service. But what is it? What is it? What comes natural out of you, and what you can contribute to the community, where the community thinks, super, we don't let him go. He's part of it. I always compare a community to a sabji. Sabji. The more opulent the sabji is, means the more ingredients in the sabji. And we don't speak about the big cheesy chunks. We speak even about the little spices, because a little spice can make so much difference. So all the ingredients together gives a very tasty, rich sabji. So community is like a sabji. Each of us is an ingredient. Maybe some is spice. Maybe you don't see it, in the first sense. You don't see, because everybody looks for the chunky pieces of cheese, right? You don't see the broccoli, you don't see, potatoes. Nobody thinks of potatoes, even. I can say a kilo over here. Yeah. Yeah, some may be careful of the chilies, Oh, there, don't give me this, right? But we all contribute something, and the spices you even don't see, except the chilies, right? You maybe don't see them, but you taste them, and you think, wow, has a special flavor. And it's just because of this little tiny spice, what's inside there. So that's community. That's community where everybody who comes in and tastes from the sabji thinks, wow, I want to have more. I want to have more. I want to come back to this community. And somehow or other, when I come back, I think how I can serve, how I can bring something in this community, what is valuable for them. Devotees come, like we had devotees from Bulgaria coming, and they know when they come to Simhachalam, Nrsingadev loves what? Rose oil. So when devotees come from Bulgaria, they always bring rose oil for Nrsingadev, because they know that's so valuable for them. And therefore Nrsingadev, he protects this yatra so much. Gives so much mercy there. And this is what then comes, this is what comes in return from the community, because when we are part of this community, it doesn't matter how close we are, how often we are there, or however we are connected to it. If we connect to this community, we get first of all what? What we get when we are part of a community? Huh? The community, but I heard association. Okay, yeah, that's one thing. But what is the content of this association? Blessings. Yeah, very good, Bjorn. We get blessed because association. Okay, when I go in the football stadium, I also have association of all these hooligans, right? But I don't get any blessings from them. Maybe I get cursed because I'm sitting in the wrong corner, and I jump up out of joy when the wrong goal was, and then suddenly everybody's looking, why, sorry, I have the wrong colors. I end up in the wrong corner with the wrong colors. Everybody, no blessings, curses all the time, right? Yeah, but blessings, that is when devotees say, wow, we won't have this devotee back. Please come back. Prabhu, Mataji, please come back. Please come back. Don't stay too long away. When you for a long time, especially when you're in the ashram or somewhere, or then you're looking for. Sometimes the time comes where it's time for some adventure. You want to go away and have some other experience. You go for some holiday, or you go to the festival or somewhere. The temple sometimes is a little bit, whatever. I need some other experience. So you go for a while, and then when you leave, you ask, please give me blessings for what? Come back soon. And you think, I didn't plan to come back so soon. But actually, that's a wonderful blessing, because that means the devotees, they relish you. When they say, oh, Prabhuji, okay, I'm going. Okay, bye. Something is wrong. Okay, nice. I'm going. Okay, nice. Hare Krishna. Huh? But when they say, really, already? How can it be? You just came. Please come back as soon as possible. That's a blessing. That means The devotees think of you, they're meditating upon you, when you will come back. Right? So, and what else? What else gives us the community? We have blessings. What else? What? Transcendental taste, yeah, okay, good, but is service, yeah. Also, but what? Huh? Support, we go in this direction. What comes with support? Huh? Loving exchange, yeah. This also shelter, protection. Yeah, that's very, very important. We are protected in a community. We are protected in a community. The community keeps us engaged in service, loving exchange and everything, but that's only because of the protection. Yes. And sometimes we misunderstand this because we think that community is something what binds us, what limits us, what puts us down. If somebody comes and says, Prabhu, you should not touch this with that hand. I think, oh, come on, give me a break. But actually, that's some sort of protection. The community don't want that you continue with that stupid offense, let's put it like this, like, or whatever, like, no, better do it in this way. Give me a break. No, it's actually somebody cares about you, Muni tells the boys in the ashram, don't do this, don't do this, and I think, oh, Muni, come on. But actually he cares. He wants to protect his little sheeps in the ashram, right? That's his service. No. Some go now. That's too much. No. Yeah. What prasadam? There's no prasadam, there's fasting. Oh, no. Sorry. Thank you for your protection, but prasadam. Man sogar geht es Holzhack. So, yeah, we get protected. And we should not confuse this protection of somebody wanna put us down or wanna limit us, or that's the benefit of community. On the one side, we wanna have the benefits of the protection, that we are kind of settled and held and keep close, but on the other side, there's also, with protection, means also correction. That also comes. And if it's a loving community, it comes with the loving spirit. And this is what makes correction more digestible. Give me correction, but in a loving way. Don't be too harsh. And this means a loving community where you can give a feedback in a way where what is so sweet that the other person just cannot refuse to swallow it. Like a chutney. How is it, Prabhupada? How is it, chutney? So hot, you cannot eat it, but so sweet you cannot resist, or something like that, right? So that's some principles what Vaishnava community is made out of. As I said before, it's stuff for days, for lectures, for lifetimes actually. Because we just in the beginning of Vaishnava community to explore in it. Because for us it's something new, therefore we are kind of like that, But we have like the guideline of Vaishnava community is Caitanya-caritāmṛta. There's how we know how Vaishnavas behave with each other, and other supplement scriptures about the Goswamis and how later on they related with each other, and it's not just love and peace. Yeah, there's sometimes heavy stuff. We think of Chudha Haridas, we think of Ramachandra Puri or Ramachandra Khan. Different stuff where it's getting intense. And that's another aspect of Vaishnava, since we asked or spoke this word intense. You know, sometimes Vaishnava community means also cleansing. Means also sometimes we said yesterday, sometimes we come together with people, it's more easy to bond because they're like-minded. And it's sometimes you meet people, it doesn't work at all. Just doesn't click. And this maybe we don't have the same value, or it's not the right time. Many times I experienced that you wanna somehow or other, you wanna to get to know that person. You want to be recognized by that person. You want to show your skills, your good quality, because you think that person can really relish it. But this person even doesn't look at you. And then if you try very hard and becomes very artificial. You had this experience? You try something very hard and then becomes like very artificial. Like when you go on the street and distribute books and you really try, you want to try, and then you become like stiff. You don't become smooth on the street. Smooth operator, right? When you in the Fußgängerzone, you have to be a smooth operator between the people. And hey, here, right? You know, and you cannot get, because the more stiff you become, the more people, what this guy wants, he's not natural. He's not in his element. They feel it. And then the reaction is they refuse you and your valuable book. But of course, your experience is you be refused, right? So sometimes it's also not the right time. And in my experience, if you just continue and be humble, the time will come where you have your moment. You say your moment with that person. And then in this moment, you recognize each other. And from that point, everything changed. The relationship changed. And suddenly, you have these things to connect with each other. And sometimes even a very strong friendship grows out of that. For years you tried, nothing happened, it became just completely awkward. And then suddenly Krishna put you together in a situation, like in a Sankirtan van or something like, put you together in a situation, and mostly, yes, in Vaishnava communities, it has to do something with service. You do service with that person together. There's this pot, and you cannot lift it alone. So you had only this person to help you to lift this pot, and then there's a big black stain of burnt milk. No, he doesn't burn milk. Yeah, so and you together, you get this thing out, you think, why you have together with that person? Right? But then in the end you did it, you do it, and you feel so grateful to each other, and you feel we did this together for Krishna, and this changes everything. Okay, so I want to stop here. So much more can be said. I said this already, but I want to ask if there's some question or some thoughts or some more input to this. What do you think what is relevant for Vaishnava community? Ananda, why you came here? No, I mean, it seems like I think you have to say something to this topic, or I don't know. Why you came here? You'd never come to my. Oh, was no more closer now. Somebody has some. Joe, you raise your hand? No. Okay, no thought. Okay, Narayani. You have a doubt? Doubt, yeah.
When you were talking in the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, you were mentioning that we are looking for things to be happy, and you also mentioned the service. But then with the community thing, you mentioned that we should do service on our nature. So shouldn't we look for service that is in our nature, or is that the false happiness?
No, it's a good question. Thank you. It's definitely we should find out what is service in our nature, because we're speaking about the lifetime. But when we come to the temple, when we come in the community has this subtle, they don't make this consciously, but they kind of, they say, okay, let's see out of what material she is made. And it's not from the community. This mostly comes, actually, there are tests from Krishna. First of all, for purification, cleaning a toilet for everybody else. I don't know about the Mataji ashram, but cleaning the toilet where everybody dumps his stuff on it is quite purifying for oneself, right? And this is what we start with. Mostly when we come to the temple, they ask us to do such disgusting services. But in the same time, Krishna sees how you're able to surrender and adjust to the situation. And the devotees see, this toilet looks very clean. We give him blessings. We give her blessings to clean tomorrow again. And then you do it again. And then after some time they say, she cleans the toilet very good. Let's see how she's in the kitchen. And then you upgrade it to the kitchen. You clean the kitchen. And if she cleans the kitchen so nicely, let's see how she can cut vegetables. And then you go, it's just one way, and maybe it's even that you're a cook. And many people came, or many devotees came to the ashram. They didn't know that they were, for example, there's one devotee who was an auto mechanic. He learned to be an auto mechanic. He came in the association of devotees. Now he's a wonderful cook. He didn't know before. He thought he's an auto mechanic, car mechanic. Right? So it comes with the time, with this like scrubbing off a layer of contamination from our mind, from our ego, whatever. It gets scrubbed off, and then suddenly a shining diamond comes out. And that's your service. The diamond is your service. That's what you really can contribute to Krishna and his devotees. So therefore it goes together. It's not contradictory. Okay. Heidi?
I had a similar question.
Okay. That's very good.
Thank you for your class. And I find this really fascinating and really clarified to me in one sentence. I think it's beginning of the purport to this verse, like difference between when we get liberated from daily life,
Mm.
but we don't know devotional service, we go to Maheshwara.
Yeah.
So it's so nicely explained, like this opportunities of advance, getting out of daily life, when you can go
Yeah.
two places.
We have to get to know our master. We have to get to know Hari. To get into Haridam, we have to get to know him, because otherwise, why we should serve there? So therefore, and again, there's the association of devotees who train us to get to know Hari, that we can progress in his Dham. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't promise you breakfast now, unless you a fast breaker. And but there is wonderful lunch prasadam. And thank you very much. I mean, I feel myself with I think I speak for my family. We feel so blessed to be in the community of devotees. We can be so close in the community. It's an amazing blessing. I could not imagine such a life what we live now. And of course, it's not always hey, enjoyment and this stuff. It has to do with commitment and with austerity in many senses. But you never in any situation you have to do austerity anyway. And you have to struggle anyway, because we have to struggle our way out of it. But as Chaitanya Swami says, spiritual life may be difficult, material life is impossible. So it's not, of course, so many people do it, but it's not, they don't become happy. And when we are in the situation when we struggle for Krishna, and this means we get purified. If you struggle outside for Mr. Knaus, you don't get anything. Maybe only that Knaus keeps you in his Devi Dham, in his Knausi Dham. Right? But you don't get anything. If you struggle in the association of devotees, you get purified, and you struggle this for Krishna, and Krishna will never forget this. If you struggle on the street, try to distribute one book, and it never happens, still Krishna knows it. Krishna will recognize you for this struggle. If you distribute the book, this one book in the end or not, doesn't matter. He recognized it. It happened to me once. Whole day. At the end, I distributed one Ishupanishad on a parking slot. This was my last time I did parking slots. Anyway, so I'm quite happy. Please give us your blessings that we can stay in your association and somehow or other be valuable to you. And please let us know when we get annoying early enough before you meditate of getting this guy out. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, Vaishnava Sangha ki jai. Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Sringadev Bhagavan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.